Mara Sarah. I am so happy you're here. You're listening to the My Felt Story podcast, your place for Torah stories. From Avraham Avinu to Moshe Rabbeinu, we learn how to love and serve Hashem and how to be kind to our fellow friends. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the story. This is the story of the golden calf. Remember when the Jewish people left Mitzrayim? They packed their bags, gathered their families, and set off on their way. They walked by foot, taking many steps in the warm desert sand. Some children held tightly onto their mother's hands. Some were sitting atop their father's shoulders, and others walked along the sheep and cows who carried bundles of their belongings on their backs. It was noisy. There were a lot of people, but the Jewish people walked with happy hearts because they were free. They didn't have to work for Paro anymore. They were free to serve Hashem. Moshe Rabbeinu was their leader. He showed them the way. He taught them how to serve Hashem. Moshe would talk to Hashem to hear instructions about what to do, and then he would tell the people what he heard. The Jewish people listened with joy and gladness. They trusted Moshe Rabbeinu to lead them. After 3 months of walking in the desert, Moshe brought the Jewish people to Har Sinai, a special mountain where they gathered, and Hashem gave them the Torah. Now they had special instructions on how to live, how to behave, and how to be close to Hashem. At Matan Torah, the giving of the Torah, a special thing happened in the world. Now, things in the world could become holy. For example, a candlestick, when used for lighting Shabbos candles, isn't just an ordinary candlestick now. After it's used to serve Hashem, it becomes a holy object. Matan Torah changed the world, so when we serve Hashem, we make it a holy place. After Matan Torah, Moshe went up the mountain to spend 40 days and 40 nights with Hashem. The Jewish people waited patiently for Moshe to come down. They loved Moshe and missed him when he was away. The Jewish people accidentally started counting from the day Moshe left as day 1. So when they got to day 40, it was really day 39. They needed to wait 1 more day for Moshe to come back. They waited and waited for Moshe to come down, but they just didn't see him. Some people started to worry. They began to feel scared. Oh no! What happened to Moshe? Will he come back? What will we do without our Moshe Rabbeinu? A group of people from Mitzrayim, called the Erev Rav, were troublemakers. They didn't believe in Hashem with all their hearts, and they said to the others, Moshe passed away. You need a new leader now. Was that true? No. Moshe was almost ready to come down. The Jewish people needed to wait only 1 more day, and they would have seen Moshe again. Instead of staying calm, they started to panic. They ran to Aaron HaKohen and said, We need a new leader! We need one right now! Aaron HaKohen saw how afraid the Jewish people were. He saw them panic. Sometimes when we panic, we make silly mistakes. He knew that if they calmed down and waited a bit, Moshe would come back. Aaron had to think quick. He said, Go home to your wives and ask them for their gold jewelry. Aaron knew the ladies had strong emunah and trust in Moshe Rabbeinu. They would talk to their husbands and help them calm down. They would explain in a gentle way to their husbands that they just needed to wait and trust. But the men were so anxious they didn't even go home and talk to their wives. Without waiting a minute, they took their own gold jewelry and threw it into a very hot fire. The gold melted and magically turned into a golden calf. A baby cow is called a calf. The people thought this golden calf would help them serve Hashem. But Aaron HaKohen saw what happened, and his heart ached with sadness, for he loved the Jewish people with all of his heart, and this was not what Hashem wanted. He thought, how can I help the people? How can I delay the people from making more mistakes? He told them, build a mizbeach and go to sleep. Tomorrow we will serve Hashem. Aaron really hoped that Moshe would come down before there was any more trouble. But the Jewish people woke up early and started serving the golden calf. They brought karbonos presents and danced around it. In the meantime, Moshe Rabbeinu was up on the mountain learning with Hashem. Hashem told Moshe, go down and see what your people are doing. Moshe came down together with Yehoshua, holding 2 blue sapphire luchos that had the Aseres Hadibros on them. When he saw the people serving the golden calf, the letters flew out of the luchos and they became very heavy. Moshe threw them down to the ground and they smashed into tiny pieces. Oh no! Moshe loved the Torah that Hashem gave him. How could he smash them? Moshe knew that if he broke the luchos where it says don't serve idols, that it would be easier for Hashem to forgive the Jewish people. Even though Moshe loved the Torah that Hashem gave him with all his heart, he loved the Jewish people even more, and he was willing to break the luchos to protect them. What a kind and loving leader Moshe Rabbeinu was. He loved the Jewish people and realized they made a mistake. The Jewish people so badly wanted to be close to Hashem, but they got mixed up and confused with what Hashem wanted them to do. Sometimes when we get scared and worried, our minds tell us to do things that aren't the best idea. Now, how would they do teshuvah? How would they say sorry for serving a golden calf instead of Hashem? Moshe ground up the calf and gave it to the people who served it. This made them very sick, and some of them passed away. Then Moshe went back up the mountain for another 40 days and 40 nights. He davened and asked Hashem to forgive the people for their mistake. Hashem, they didn't mean to betray you. They only wanted to serve you and be close to you, but they got led astray. The people love you. Please forgive them. After many days and nights of davening, on Yom Kippur, Hashem finally said, Salachti kidvarecha, I forgive them like you asked. And the Jewish people were completely forgiven. This was a very special moment, because it taught us that when we make a mistake, Hashem will forgive us if we do teshuvah, even a terrible mistake like serving idols. When we change our ways and ask to be close to Hashem, Hashem will always take us back and forgive us. And now, every year on Yom Kippur, we have the opportunity to talk to Hashem, to say, I'm sorry for my mistakes. I want to be close to you, Hashem. I want to serve you. Do you forgive me? And what do you think Hashem says to us? Hashem says, yes, of course I forgive you, my sweet child. I love you so much. I want to be close to you too. And just like that, Hashem takes us back and forgives us. And you know what? After we do teshuvah, after we say sorry for our mistakes, we get to become even closer to Hashem than ever before.
And that's it for today, friends. I hope you enjoyed the story. Sending you lots of love until next time.